Alright, so this will be the first video of today that I'm doing. Hopefully I've fixed these FPS issues that I was having from yesterday. Looks like it's better than it was before. So yeah, so we're playing, we switched the Hog here from the Sigma. And as far as their composition goes, they run the more, this is actually kind of an interesting composition for them to run. To kind of see how we can play against this, because overall, I don't like their composition. It's more deathball-y, it's less organized, and I think they're able to take advantage of that fact, though, and they do end up getting the win because of the fact that we don't play coordinated enough to get value out of our composition. But the Moira and the Ana, they don't have, I mean, I guess neither do we. Neither one of us really have an important support ultimate. Nano Boost is pretty good, but, and Ana heals are pretty good as well, but they have no escape for their Ana. She's much more vulnerable than our Mercy is, and then they have no shield. They run with the double off take, whereas we're going with the Hog and the Orisa. So their support should be a lot more vulnerable here. So yeah, I want to see how this actually ends up going. But let's see. So we go up forward. We just kind of have the Moira up front. I don't really like this, because I think it's just wasting resources, and then we put this shield down here. I don't like this shield. The shield here, you probably put it there because you saw the Roadhog and you're trying to avoid the spam damage from him or the Echo, but we don't want to stay here. There's no reason to put a shield here if you don't plan on staying here. That's kind of that's the main thing about Orisa shield, is you have to want to stay where you put your shield, which we don't want to stay here. We want to move on to point. We want to contest point. So you want to either put your shield here in this corner, or here in this corner, or up in this doorway as well, or this doorway works as well, but somewhere over here where you're able to contest point. Where it's here, you have to completely move outside of it, and then the halt. I don't really know if there's too much value to that halt there. If we coordinated it, then we probably could have done some more damage. Use gold, they use the hook to try and get you, but you don't have shield now, and you're the only one on point, so you're going to get melted here. So now we're down our Orisa, we have no shield tank. They're up one. Their Echo's chasing our back line. We kill their Reaper. They hook the Ashe. There's still an Echo behind us. And they should be able to finish cleaning this up. Yeah. So they should be able to finish cleaning that up. And we have to reset. So they hook our Orisa, but we do have the abilities to completely negate pretty much all that damage, and we move forward. And then we call that we're going to rotate through this inside now, to go towards point. So the Orisa goes through. Their Hog is, I think, yeah, he's going to rotate through this left side. Orisa's sleeping right now. She gets back up. Our call was to go up these stairs. Orisa got slept, but I think the biggest problem with it is just our Mercy is too far behind in this. When we're doing these kind of rotations, the Mercy needs to try and stay with the Moira, because the Moira is the only one who can really peel for her. So the Mercy's behind. Now the Hog comes around, hooks. We are luckily aware of that, and we are able to save our Mercy for the most part. But I think he whole hogs here now, which should be able to kill our Mercy. He gets our Echo, gets our Moira. Mercy is super low, but he isn't able to kill her. Hog gets chased down by, yeah, and they just split us up. Use ultimates, they kill us. So they won that fight. For the cost of winning that fight was a whole Hog, and they're already 25% on getting it again. We didn't use any ultimates. We don't really have very many ultimates at the time. So our idea here is we want to go through this left setting, and we use the shield early. I don't really like this shield either, because I don't think it really blocks too much. It isn't really our intention to block that. So they hook our Hog, but you know, we're able to just kind of walk it off. We keep moving along. I think we lost whole Hog in that engagement as well there. So we put our shield up. We hook their Echo. We kill the Echo. We use Coalescence. We get antied on our back line. But in this situation, we should want to play forward. The supports should play back as compared to the rest of the team, but everyone else should be pushing forward. They're down both their DPS right now, who both had ultimates. We lose our Moira to the Hog, who's flanking around again. So the Echo's now trying to challenge. As far as dealing with the Roadhog, for the most part with the Roadhog, when he's just roaming like that, either we all need to turn around or we all need to ignore him, because going one-on-one with the Roadhog is very bad for pretty much everybody. There isn't really anybody who wins that matchup with the Hog in a 1v1. So we just clean up their point, and then the Hog finally comes to contest point. Our Orisa gets slept. They nano the Hog, so he's probably gonna have ultimate, but he dies, so he doesn't have time to use his ultimate. Their Echo comes back to point. Their Reaper's coming back to point. And overall, this is well played by us. We win that fight. Going to this next fight, they swap to the Mercy from the Ana now that they use the nano boost. Ultimate wise, we're pretty similar. We both have Echo ultimate. They have Grab, but we have Bongo. They have Death Blossom, but we have Bob. We're pretty close to Whole Hog, and they're closer to Whole Hog, but we should both be able to get Whole Hog in this next fight. And then both support ultimates will not impact the next fight. So let's see. There's a couple of them peeking through this left door here. We put the shield up. We pull. We use that to hook the Reaper. He gets bubbled though. He's able to back out because of that. The Hog starts peeking this left side, and while that's happening, on point, the Echo comes on, solo onto the point. She ultimates our Echo, or our Ashe, sorry. But we've got the Mercy pocket. That should overall be favorable for us, while the Zarya is rotating. Yeah, they're playing very split here. This is a very bad use of Ashe by the Echo ultimate by them. We kill their Hog, so now, and then the Hog is zoning whoever else is left in this room here, which is the Moira. They use Bob on point and Reaper ultimate, which is gonna gets our support line. We pop Bongo. So we let their DPS get a lot of value there. As their DPS, the Echo was able to zone our supports, and we played very grouped up. If we were checking ultimates, we should have known the Reaper had Death Blossom, and in that case, we have to play split for that. Because we just ended up getting killed here, and now it's just Hog on point. Can't live that long. He runs out. They cap the point, and that's overtime. Even if we can contest, there's no chance of winning that first point. So going to second point. Second point is Bouncy Castle, and we keep the same composition going. I think I don't know if we do this fast enough, but we make the call that we're putting at least the Ashe definitely up on high ground, and the Echo should be up on high ground, but the Echo can fly. The Ashe, we have to move her, so we all have to rotate through Bouncy Castle to do that. But I think we want to start out with the tanks on high ground as well. But okay, so we put the shield down. We called we weren't going this way. We put the shield down main anyways, and then we still rotate. So we don't really get too much value out of the shield. So then we bounce the castle up onto the high ground. We hook the Echo. She gets bubbled though. So we force bubble out. Okay, and then we kill their Mercy. That's a really big pick by the Echo there. They hook our Mercy because the Hog. Yeah, okay, so the Hog is. I don't think you can clean that up. The Hog is on Bouncy Castle with us, but we start dropping. We start dropping down low ground because we can follow up on this Echo. That's why the Hog drops with the Echo to follow up on their Echo. We should all drop this. We shouldn't try and contest this Hog on high ground. We should give him high ground and drop to low ground, which we do. He doesn't have hook yet, so he isn't really that big a threat. We have to use Fade to get out. We lose our. Okay, I don't like this res attempt. And I don't know if you probably didn't think it was a good res attempt after you had already hit the button, but no cancel for that. All right, so we've still got it's 4v2. They only have tanks. We have a support 2 DPS and our main tank. So the Reese is here blocking damage. We put the shield down and force the Zarya to back up. We're trying to burn their Hog with the Echo. So we do clean up the point here. Okay, so we win that first fight. That's pretty well played by us. Okay, now we don't really know where we want to rotate here. And this is very, very disorganized at this point. So now we have, what is this? This is our Ashe going back up high ground. That's where the Ashe should be playing. The Echo can fly, so she can kind of play wherever. She can play up here, she can run over here, or she can jump over the high ground with the Echo. She has the mobility to kind of move around. I think overall, we put the Orisa want to start here, just because we're down, so we can't really play. We want to start with our shield here on this corner, and we can rotate backwards, or up into the staircase if we need to, and if we get pressured. But we want to try the main goal here is that when they push in, if they want to push this Orisa and the shield's right here, this is where they're going to want to stand to aggress against the Orisa, which if the Ashe is up here on this high ground, she has a crossfire line of sight on the same target group, which is why we'd put the Ashe up on the high ground there, and then the Echo can fly around up top and just be opening up more angles. But yeah, we're just kind of unsure of what to do here. We hook their Echo, we kill the Echo. This is all good so far. They're probably just gonna wait for a regroup, I'd imagine. Yeah. But yeah. So we don't really hold in the position that we kind of chose to. And the problem with this is that this is kind of like a macro play on the Orisa side. But the reason why you want to hold on this right side here over this left side is on this left side they have this amount of this natural cover of this wall that they just turn and they have this is a shorter distance. They have to give you less sight lines, whereas for here you can see them once they open this door. Once they come through this door, you can see them from back here pretty much. So it just means it's harder for them to get to you without using abilities. And also it closes off our sight lines. The Ashe gets hooked, which is just unfortunate. That's a good play by him. To see that positioning and to use it. Their Echo is back, and our Hog is here to try and clean up that kill, but she is able to get away. And as that happens, the fight kind of rolls on point for us. We turn into the Reaper with the Echo, which is, I think, probably the right call for this. We lose the Reaper before he's able to get his ultimate, though. And Orisa's gonna get melted by the Hog, and they should be able to cap here. So go in the cap. Same kind of thing with the Echo ultimate again. We weren't really mindful of the aggressiveness that we played with there. We played very aggro with it. We turned into the Reaper, and then we kind of just soloed into the enemy team, just kind of thinking, oh, well, we're gonna have ultimate in a second, so we should be fine. I think that's much too aggro for how we want to play it. They use the Hog hook on the left side here, but we are heads up for it, and we don't lose anybody to it. He tries to go for it again. He hooks the Echo, but it doesn't matter because Echo can fly. We hook the Hog, we kill the Hog, and then we push for it again. Now while this is happening, now remember comms in this were very split. So as this happens, their Mercy runs over here from somewhere to go for the res, right? Yeah, the Mercy comes around from behind to go for the res, and we don't stop her there. I'm curious. Okay, you didn't have Coach Gun. Nothing you can do to stop that res. So she gets the res off, but we kill the Mercy. Now that there's a Hog, I think the correct play is definitely for the Ashe to try and back away. The Mercy gets hooked, so we're going to lose our Mercy here. No, we pop Valkyrie, and she should be able to get away, actually. We pop Whole Hog on point, we pop Bongo on point, we pop Coalescence, we pop Val. So we pop more ultimates than we need to. I'm not really, especially because the fight was being won and the ultimates being invested, I don't think the Valkyrie is really necessary. You used it to keep yourself alive there, which I think is a bad habit. We need to break that. Because dying to the Hog here wouldn't have mattered that much because he already has ultimate, but even if we weren't tracking ultimates and weren't aware. Dying in this situation, when the fight is already won, doesn't matter. Because the Hog can't solo clutch the whole fight. So we're looking for this Hog. He throws his hook. But we hook him instead. We kill him in a second here. Right? We should do. Yep. The army of D-cell batteries is dead. So now, coming back, they swap the Echo to the Doomfist. They have Grav, they have They have Death Blossom and they have Whole Hog. We have Bob, and that's it. Into the last fight. So we decided to play a bit more aggro here. The Reaper ults. I want to see what his plan was there. He seemed like he was a man with a plan that didn't accomplish anything. So that is a whiff by him. Does he what? Does he go up onto the high ground or something? No, he just teleports in here. Okay then. So we're very aware of him doing this. He's only able to get our Orisa, and we kill him for that.
Get into position.
The Doomfish jumps in but has no clue what he's after, and the Echo's able to clean him up. That's really well played. We put a new shield up. The Hog. Both Hogs use their hooks. Nothing happens. Zarya's coming forward. She has Grav. We're aware that she has Grav. We should be targeting this Zarya right now, which I think, for the most part, it looks like our target focus is pretty much on her. The Ashe. I think the Mercy's not really getting any value right now. I think this is just kind of because of the... actually, I want to watch this Mercy for the last, like, 10 seconds during this fight. So, let's see. The Reaper ult happens. And you're back here. You go up to the Ashe, and you're... Yeah, so you're damage boosting. The Ashe. We decide to go for the res. It's a very risky res, but somehow the Doomfist has no brain and doesn't realize you're right next to him, and he decides to punch away instead. You get the res, you're damage boosting, but you're damage boosting... Okay, you're damage boosting the Echo, but I don't really like this Echo positioning. I think you can afford to be up on this high ground right now. There's no reason not to be. Our Ashe drops down low, so she uses that to get back up. The Mercy, in this case, you really should pick one of the two DPS, and you should hard pocket one of the two DPS. The Moira is the main heals. And in fact, they're playing on high ground. This is the other reason why the Echo should be playing on the high ground, is if the Echo's on high ground, no matter where she plays, whether she plays on this side or this side of the dome, the Mercy can fly back and forth between these two places very easily, and she can just keep damage boosting and healing, whichever one of the DPS needs it. But because of the fact they have no shield, I think the Ashe is the better DPS choice, probably until the fight really starts, because the Ashe has a better effective range. And we want to try and get this. Ashe is playing as a sniper here, so we want to try and have the Ashe focusing on that Ana. We throw the Bob down on point, and they don't have anything to recontest point with. The Ana's going to try and get on point. She sleeps the Bob, and we clean up. You drop down from the high ground. This is more just to kind of clean up the fight, whatever. It's kind of unnecessary, though. You might as well stay up on the high ground. But it doesn't matter. We're winning the fight. We win the fight anyways. So it doesn't really matter. And then this is the last point. And we lose. We lose Cameron. Okay, yeah. So we lost our main tank. So I don't. I think I'm just gonna cut the video here. This third point, we just don't have our main tank pretty much until the end. I think, right? Something like that. I don't think there's really too much we can really analyze in a 5v6. Yeah, you don't ever. Yeah, he doesn't have time to. Yeah, I'm not gonna analyze the last point there, just because we're down somebody anyways. So I don't think there's really too much to learn from it.